Now we are starting over. Do not attempt to use a shrimp fork when you are packing Tangiers.
Alright, this is John with HookahJohn.com, trying to replicate what Eric of Tangiers had done as far as packing a Tangiers funnel bowl.
I have never used a video camera in my entire life. Right. You will forgive me if this is not up to standards normally found by people.
Okay, so this is what I think I saw him doing. This is not what I've been practicing for the last year or so. He was doing something like this where you bring in the tobacco, push it in there. Maybe he was doing it this way, I believe, to pack it down in there. Maybe you can give me some advice if I'm packing it right. Does that look decent?
That looks like it may be slightly underpacked.
Underpacked.
But you probably would like to do the foil test to decide conclusively.
Okay.
Now you will notice that there are little pieces of tobacco hanging over the edge of this bowl. This is not a proper technique. It is best to exactly what he is doing there.
Alright. There we go. I do think I need more, just from my own experience.
Yes.
Should I go straight to it?
I believe so, yes.
Alright, we'll try to add a little bit more.
But it would be helpful to do the foil test right now to find out what it looks like if it is indeed underpacked.
Alright, let's do that.
Yes. And that is also, again, the wrong fork. Somebody has put the incorrect fork into the correct bin for forks.
Okay.
But we will, this is fine for now, and we will switch to a good fork for poking holes.
Alright, I never do the foil test. By the way, these are Tangiers large funnel bowls.
Yes. Now, you see what he has done there. He has pushed down on the foil, and now if we press down fully, you will see.
See the inner circle there.
You will see how underpacked this bowl actually is. So John will now take off the foil and attempt to pack it correctly this time.
No, we don't start over. I can just put right on top of that?
That is correct.
Okay. So I'm
just put some more tobacco in there.
Alright. There's a little bit more.
This may now be too much. I think you just dust the top of that off. I think you'll be all right. So push down a little bit, repack it in there.
It's a little too much right there, I'm thinking. Spreading that out a little bit. How are we doing there?
That looks okay. It's hard to keep an eye on the viewfinder and on the tobacco simultaneously. Right. Make sure you move the tobacco away from the center funnel appropriately. You don't want tobacco presumably hanging over the edge. This will create problems.
Okay. I think we're good.
That looks pretty decent. Why don't you try the foil test now and see how that goes?
Alright, here we
go. So that looks pretty good.
Same.
If you have pieces of tobacco hanging over the edge of the funnel, when you press down with the foil test, it will now shove them into the funnel, which is not good.
Even those little pieces right there?
Well, to a degree, but you see that right there? Right there, that piece right there, that would be the piece that you would want to move away from the funnel, like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good now. Okay. You try to put the foil right back where it started from, right there, like that. That looks good.
Kind of spread it out a little bit, right? Like that. Now stretch it out.
Press down and see how it looks. I usually hold the bowl with one hand up in the air, rather than using the weight of the.
Okay. How's that?
That looks pretty good.
Okay, now when we pull it back over, we're going to stretch it out so the foil actually comes
up. Now wait,
up.
let's look, get another view of that real quick so people can see.
See what the inner ring?
Yes, well, see what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to. What's happened is I took this same bowl and what you want to do is you want to press down with your palm at the same time.
Like that? Did I ruin it, or are we good?
No, you're good. Now see what the depression in the foil looks like right there.
Get a little ring in there.
That looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we want to stretch it so it comes up, right?
Yeah.
Now you do a much better job of this than I do, but like that is fine. There
Well, what you need to do is what you actually need to do is lift the foil up slightly and then pull down on it. You don't want to pull down and then attempt to tighten it.
Gotcha. There we go again.
Yeah, there goes that foil again. That's what happens when you press down and try to tighten it while it is pressed down. It will tear in that fashion. But this is not an issue. We haven't lost too much foil, but we have lost some. Now what you would do is you would hold your hand right here to start the foil. Now hopefully your index finger being there is going to hold that foil down so you can poke holes in.
Oh, here, Paul.
So again, where he has started with the torn foil, did you get the torn foil under your index finger? Yeah, like that. You see where his hand cups around the torn foil. This is a good idea if you tear the foil. And you probably want to start on this side of the bowl where the tear is so you don't have to worry about that a little later. This is going to be ugly.
I know.
Now you see that is not a proper technique for poking holes. What you need to do is you need to, instead of just striking at it, you need to go slowly down and then come back. This is a terrible technique.
Alright. Let's see if I get the same results smoking it.
Holes do not really matter that much.
What? It just feels like it's going whichever way it wants. Jeez. Why is that? Okay. Should I get more?
That is not too important. Make sure you get some holes around the funnel and then some over the funnel. You will notice the difference between a practice hand and an amateur hand.
Yeah. Alright. How's that? Good enough?
Well, that looks pretty
bad, huh?
awful. Yes, poke a little bit more over the funnel there. Yes, very lightly, very light touch. Yes, choke up on the fork less. Get a little bit more fork sticking out your hand. Yeah, like that. You have a slightly lighter touch that way. That might be the difference for you. Does that feel a little bit better that way?
A little bit more control that way.
Yeah. So you want to. Normally, I even grab the fork all the way down to about here. But I use a grip like this, right? So I have that in my hand.
Alright, you can pause it.